Hi everyone, and welcome to my review of a movie with one of the most impressive cast in recent memory. This is my review of 999. This film stars so many impressive people. Let's just name them off. Casey Affleck, Chiwetel Ejiofor, Anthony Mackie, Aaron Paul, Woody Harrelson, Kate Winslet, Gal Gadot, Norman Reedus, Teresa Palmer, and Michael K. Williams, and Clifton Collins Jr., and then the rest of the cast. There's lots of other people, but there's so many people. I had to name them all off, and I didn't realize. I mean, I knew that majority of them were in this film, but as the credits were unfolding, as the movie was starting, I was like, damn, man, there's so many amazing people in this film. This movie's going to be awesome. I love a great crime drama action. I get into that. Not in real life, of course. I hate to hear about these stories in real life, and I don't support anything when that stuff happens. But in a movie, hell yeah, man. You want to have that experience. You want to feel that adrenaline as people are doing awful things to other people, and hopefully the good people are getting rewarded, and then the bad people are going to be destroyed. So in this movie, it all takes place in Atlanta, Georgia, which a lot of films and television, including The Walking Dead, are shot there. And in this film, Atlanta, Georgia is a pretty awful place, or I'd say a pretty corrupt place. This movie deals with cops, both good and bad, robbers, so cops and robbers, mobsters, gangsters. Yeah, that's about it. I mean, this movie has so much going on, and I really can't explain the plot because for a while I had a tough time really understanding what the plot was. We get to meet all of these characters at a rapid pace to the point where they weren't forgettable by any means, but I was trying to place like, okay, so who is he tied with, and is he corrupt or is he good, and was this person tied with this person, and why does Kate Winslet look the way she looks and acting the way she acts? She wasn't bad. She wasn't terrible, but I didn't buy her as this like leader of the mafia, whatever mafia that she was a part of. Like she had a Star of David, so it's like some part of this Jewish mafia of some kind, or I don't know. So there's lots of things going on. There are robbers that are both cops and the bad guys. So these cops are the bad guys, so everybody's the bad guys. And then there's Casey Affleck, who is a good cop, but he might be murdered, or maybe not, hence 999, which means if you hear 999, that means a cop has been murdered, and all the cops are going to chase over and find out what happens to protect their own. So again, very excited to see this film, and it's directed by great director John Hillcoat, who has made some really great films, including The Proposition. I love that film, and The Road, and Lawless. So I was very excited to see this brand new movie. And if you could tell, as I was explaining the movie, it didn't really live up to the expectations that I had. It's not a great crime drama, though there is some really great action set pieces, some great gunfights, some of my favorite aspects of the movie. As I was getting into it and as it was going along, I was like, okay, I understand that, but it's not as powerful as I want it to be. Woody Harrelson might be one of my favorite actors, but in this movie, I don't know what he was channeling. I did not believe in him. Casey Affleck is fine. Chiwetel Ejiofor, they're the two strongest in the movie, in my opinion. Everybody else was okay. Everybody else was, standard, and they were fine. I don't know how convinced I was of their parts. Not those parts, but their movie parts. So I was convinced, not that convinced of like who they said they were. And at the same time, a little confused because this movie is 2 hours, and I wish a story like this cannot be told at a proper time in 2 hours. It feels rushed. It feels convoluted. It feels extremely messy. that I just could not really fully invest any energy into it. And I felt like maybe if this was on Showtime or HBO or even AMC and it was told over maybe 10 or 13 episodes, you could really invest in all these different characters, because there can be, I should say, believability in these characters if you are given time to find out who they are, what their real means are, how they got there, and where they're going, and all these other ideas. When you have a chance to really spread it out, but it's kind of hard in a 2-hour period to kind of throw you into this and actually make you believe what is happening is real. Moments I did, other moments I did not believe in what was happening was real. And when it got to near the end, which of course I'm not going to spoil, I just felt like, oh, I guess, okay, the movie's over now. So I think it's a decent film. I really do think it's a decent film, and a film like this should be much better, but I almost feel like this should have been a pilot for an episode. Maybe the first half an hour could have been stretched into an hour pilot, and then, these characters I think can be interesting, can be something to get into, but in about 2 hours, I felt like I knew less about them than I wanted to, and that makes me kind of sad. Still well made, still well directed, and I'm going to be kind of generous with this movie because it did entertain me for the most part. And for that, I'm going to give Triple Nine, I'm going to give it a slight 3 stars out of 4. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, comment, and share this video. And also, please check out these amazing movie websites. And if you enjoyed this review, please click here to subscribe to my channel, and also please check out all my recent reviews right here on YouTube. Have a great day, live film, find peace, happiness, and harmony in anything and everything you do, and I'll talk to you at my next movie review.